Hello there everyone, welcome back to another video about a children's trading card game. We are continuing with this rapid fire review, maybe that's what I've called it by now, the set reviews for set 4, and we will be continuing with Wonderverse, so let's go ahead and get right into it. We begin with the Legend Cosmic Royalty Azariah. I'm not going to front, like if you are playing Dragonleaf or you are playing a dragon deck, this is an instant inclusion. If you are not, then do not bother. Very simple. Alice, okay. I know I promised that this is going to be quick. I just have to vent a little bit. This card reads so strong, but you are literally never, ever getting 7 different A7s in your grave. Like, it's literally not happening. So this is never going to be 5 strike. And then the 1 or less A7 restriction is so fucking baffling because you're not playing any A7s in the decks that are just going to randomly include this as a 6/6/3 retaliator, which is basically none, by the way, like, so fine. But in the deck this is actually designed around, where you would actually probably want to have that 6/6/3 retaliate, because, hey, that's kind of strong, and we'd quite like something like that. This goes offline almost immediately, because you almost always end up with 2 A7s in the drop, like, really quickly. And then it, like, fluctuates around 2 to 4 for the entire game. Why isn't this 3? Why isn't this 3 or less? Then it would actually be live for most of the time. I just don't fucking understand. This card is a 4 of... I understand, but like, I want a better replacement. I really want a better replacement. Or more A7s. One of the two. More A7s, this card will get better, because then you're actually going to turbo to that 5 strike, and this is really threatening. But yeah, frustrating. Buddha, this is just a weird guy, right? So this Buddha is absolutely by far the best part of his archetype. The counter is incredible. Being able to salvage stuff is nice. And then obviously sacking, burn. And then you can bring him back from your grave. Oh, it's all great stuff. You can sack himself, by the way. So this guy is great, and you will play him in every single Crime Lords deck you possibly can. You'll also play him in other stuff. This is probably like this is a great burn card, and this is just really great in Berserker and like high level limit options. Outside of that, kind of bad. Like, it's really difficult to fit in a level 3 5/5/2. The standards have kind of risen. As strong as this card is, it's obviously very build around, like, I mean, yeah, DR4 Crime Lords, like, okay, you got to be playing Crime Lords to ever get that off. So yeah, and the rest of his archetype, I mean, we'll come to it, but yeah, obviously by far the diamond in the rough from that archetype. I mean, I don't think I need to explain how strong this card is, but this is absolutely one of the best cards in the new set. Phenomenal card, 4 of them dragons, 4 of them Dragonleaf, 4 of them anything that can feasibly actually meet these, get the ability off. I'm not gonna... Best card in the game. Let's move on. I'm not gonna talk about this anymore. Heliora. This guy's alright. Alright to bad. You don't really give a shit about her in superheroes. You're not getting off the Sigron in superheroes, and you don't really care about the energy on tapping in superheroes. And Dragonleaf, this is really awkward because it's a level 1 and a level 0, and Dragonleaf doesn't really have that many good level 1s. It's okay, don't get me wrong, because this will make you a board, right? Like, this is good. This can make you a board with some delay. I think that's the real problem, right? If you could Sigron more than once per turn, then you could be like, okay, Genesis into a Black Lily, pop, Black Lily into this, and level 0, and then this into a level 1 and level 0, and boom, you got a whole board, all from like one card. That's really great. You can't do that. So this is just kind of in this weird, awkward place that's it's just not very good. I don't know. I've never been blown away by what this card can do. It's like a one of you include just to have the option, because maybe you want to go into it so you can go into like a level 1 and level 0 or something, but yeah, I don't know. It's not very good in my opinion. This is a cool card. It doesn't really see much play. I think it's being a little bit slept on right now because, being able to just, like if you can pop this yourself, and there are ways to do that. So if you can pop this yourself, then this is amazing. And that's very much a build-around kind of concept, but it is doable. Outside of that, this card's not fantastic, but in that concept, an 8/8/4 that you just get out for free, it's kind of tasty. It's kind of tasty. This card is really bad. This card is really, really bad. It's just bad. It's just bad. This card, on the other hand, is really, really good. A 6 HP superhero and Dragonleaf, which means you can bring this out as a defender. 6 HP is hench, that is taking 2 attacks no matter what. Like, almost no matter what, that's taking 2 attacks, because it can't take any burn, so they're just going to have to swing in or pop it. So if you bring this out, like, yeah, it's just going to be really annoying to deal with. I think this is a very good card. I think this is very, very good. Very much slept on. This card is like fine. It's a Regenleaf, Supernatural, and Space Peep. So those are like all reasonable attributes. And you can like a DR9 to make it like a 6/5/4. Which obviously very scary level 0, but like I don't know, it just feels like a worse version of Duchess to me, and I'm very happy to pay the extra energy. If you need that superhero, that supernatural trait though, I think this is pretty good. This is a cool card. It's a Deathshade Dragon Darkness, so relevant traits there. 5/6/3, but when you special summon it through any means, so if you Genesis summon it out, if you revive it as a Darkness, then you're going to be ignoring counter from damage this deals to your opponent. So, you know, you could imagine some janky deck built around Duchess in this, where you buff up this guy's strike to like 6, and then you swing it in, and it's just 6 damage your opponent can't do shit about, which could be fun. But I think, you know, realistically speaking, this is nothing amazing. Might be a cool little thing that you can because you can butterfly effect this out, right? So that's like a thing to consider with Wonderverse. Like, oh, okay, cool. So like I play dragons and then I butterfly effect this out, and suddenly I've got three strike, no counters. It's kind of nice, but very niche. I think is the sort of TLDR there. Space Shark, build around card, fun deck, but nothing like super powerful. But build around. Very good in the Future Folk deck and garbage outside of it. One of those build-around cards that's very much designed for RPS Maniac, Forced Reveal, that kind of deck. It's, you know, good in that, but garbage everywhere else. I don't like this card whatsoever. I think it's not good. I think it's not good. This card is kind of cool. So if set, you can play it at the end of the attack phase. If you destroy 3 or more enemy units, and your opponent has 2 or less, and you're geared up, and you get to burn 2. This is like the Volnar version, but like it does 1 more damage, but it's so much more restrictive that it's like a joke. And I get that's cool. It's meant to parallel the two, like, you know, oh, it's Excalibur on both. Oh, it's cool. Like I get it. It's cute. This is like way worse though, and you're never playing this whatsoever. Also, this one isn't a martial skill, so L. Not that you ever would be playing as a martial skill anyway, but yeah. This card is good in Future Folk and garbage outside of that. I guess it's okay in Space Beasts as well. Okay, so this is the one other potentially good Danger Boys, because you can either DR3 to just give yourself immunity to effect damage. We know how good that is when Lucifer was running around, and if anything ever like that does show up again, it'll be good. And then the other one is when this leaves play, you get to like do a kind of shitty zap zap zap. So this is obviously like potentially quite powerful, but to be perfectly honest, the only way I see this really being viable is if you're playing Overlord. I don't know if you've played Overlord recently, but oh man, that doesn't feel great. That being said, this is the second best Crime Knot in this set, so, you know, it has that going for it. This card is not good. Not good. I do not know why, for the life of me, this has counter. This card is also not good. You know, like, I get it, it's a level 1 with 2 strike, and also when it dies you get to deal some damage. If this said when this leaves play burn 1, I'd be like, yes, that's what I'm talking about. But it doesn't, so it's not good. This card is also just like not good. Like, I get what it's trying to do. It is 5 HP, so that's nice. But yeah, you just never want this in anything. Sharker Man. This is actually a card with a wide variety of playability. So obviously it's Shark, so it's useful for that. Superhero, Future Folk, Regenleaf, a whole, like, all very relevant traits. You can have up to 8 copies of it. You can unflip for a resource, and when it dies, you get to, like, swap a card out. It's all kind of gravy. This card's really nice, just a good tool to have, you know. When your legend, like Captain Liberty, ends up in your damage, you get to get it out. When you know, when cards you just want in your drop zone end up in damage, you can just get them out with this. So, yeah, I think it's a really good card. Obviously, it also acts as a way to undr. And then in Sharks, this is basically always going to ensure that you're meeting that requirement. This is like an 8 of in Sharks. But yeah, other than that, it's like a pretty good card. Next, we have got Danger Boys, Monkey, and K9 Mercenary Forces. The Crime Knot, Regenleaf, Space Peep, Ultimate. Whoa, crazy combo, very crazy. This card sucks. Abusable with Lucifer, that's it, but Lucifer's fallen off. The Galactic Grail, heal 1 for 2. This is like the worst version of this thing. If this was a 1 cost, it would probably be very good. But at 2, no. Hitchhiking Across the Galaxy, this is not a good card. Because the problem is, unless you are instantly drawing whatever you put on there, or instantly driving, or somehow getting it, you don't care about stacking. And yes, okay, it's an instant action to move something out of the way, but like on level 1, like bro, can't even play this from hand. Garbage, absolute garbage. And finally, Haunted Space Mansion, the last card we're talking about, and actually one of the better ones. That -4 level without counter. Do not sleep on it. This is a card you definitely play in some decks where your counter space is really, really tight, or you just need those extra levels. It's realistically not going to come up that often, and an absolute staple in Jank and Junkie, where you're going to take those 16 extra levels and just laugh. You know, you're going to find it. You're going to find it very funny playing that Jank and Junkie deck. It's a fun time. But there we go. That is it for this Wonderverse blazing fast card review. I hope you guys enjoyed it, found it interesting. If you did, please like the video, subscribe to the channel for more garbage content, and I will see you guys in the next video. Cheers.